Welcome to the Round Rock ISD Parent Information for Referral, Screening, and Placement for Talented and Gifted Services. In this meeting, we will cover the assessment process as well as gifted services for elementary and secondary programs, referrals, and timelines. A gifted and talented student is a child or youth who performs at or shows the potential for performing at a remarkably high level of accomplishment when compared to others of the same age, experience, and environment. This definition is important as it drives our processes for identification. We need to consider students in the same age, experience, and environment. This is why Round Rock ISD uses a case study approach on each student and considers local and national norms in the determination of services for students. We set guidelines at the national and local levels that drive decisions made on the campus level to best meet the needs of our students. Because the state plan is fairly broad in its assessment and program options, districts have a lot of control over the programs and identification. This is why you see large differences even within Central Texas across the state and nation. This often results in students being reassessed when they enter from another district. Even neighboring districts may identify students very differently and have different program options. The state recognizes 5 areas of giftedness: general intellectual ability, specific academic aptitude, creativity, leadership, and the arts, but does not require all 5. Round Rock ISD's gifted services are designed for general intellectual ability and specific academic aptitude. The state requires a minimum of 3 assessments, including quantitative and qualitative data. We use a combination of nationally normed standardized tests for ability, reasoning, and achievement, as well as anecdotal data from teachers and/or parents. Additional measures are used as needed and at the discretion of the campus committee. In order to be as equitable as we can, we give one test that is completely nonverbal and requires no English for administration or completion of the assessment. Our second test does not require English or reading at all in the kindergarten through 2nd grade levels. The test instructions and question stems can be given in English, Spanish, Arabic, Cantonese, Mandarin, Russian, Somali, and Vietnamese. Please let your test administrator know if your child will benefit from one of these alternative language administrations. Round Rock ISD offers an array of service options to best meet the needs of our students. In kindergarten through 2nd grade, students are served through an enrichment program called Talent Development. The Talent Development support provides enrichment through the classroom teacher and the tag specialist at each campus. Classroom teachers are trained to deliver differentiated curriculum support as well as supporting the social and emotional needs of students identified for gifted services. Students are clustered with these homeroom teachers in groups of at least 3 or larger when possible. The campus tag specialist will work with these students to build critical thinking skills and complete advanced level products and performances. Additionally, the tag specialist provides social and emotional support and skills development in subject areas as appropriate. All the students are invited to showcase their work in our spring showcase. In the spring of 2nd grade, all currently identified students, as well as any newly identified students, will take a nationally normed achievement test. This test, as well as an additional district data, will be used to determine whether a placement in a specific subject area is necessary. If no subject area is identified at that time, students will remain in the talent development services. At the 3rd through 5th grade levels, students are considered for talent development first. Those identified will then take additional assessments with nationally normed achievement tests and additional data when needed to identify needs in subject areas. Students who do not qualify for talent development will not take achievement tests. Students who do not show a subject area or areas of strength will continue with the talent development support. The classroom teacher, tag specialist, and tag selection and placement committee will continually monitor all students receiving services to consider additional subject area support. Further testing may or may not be required. Data such as student work samples, teacher observations, district and state testing data, and grades may be considered. Parents do not need to request additional testing. The TAG team will determine when and if it is necessary and will notify parents if additional testing will occur. In the spring of 5th grade, an overall review of services for each student will be considered by the TAG team, and recommendations will be made for placement in middle school courses. While every effort will be made to find a subject area prior to middle school, if a student remains in talent development with no subject area of strength, that student may be exited from the TAG program. Language arts programs vary from campus to campus based on characteristics and needs. What is consistent at all campuses for language arts is that students are grouped in cluster classes, and content, process, and product differentiation and/or depth and complexity are used to enrich language arts. Language arts needs are also met through research opportunities and critical thinking activities during the talent development and the creation of advanced level products and performances. Science and social studies are also varied. Services are typically delivered through cluster classes and might also be met through advanced level products and performances. Middle school services are available in the 4 core content areas: language arts, math, science, and social studies. Classes can be filled with all TAG students or a combination of TAG and regular education students, and are taught by teachers with required TAG training. Language arts, science, and social studies are enriched through depth and complexity and differentiated instruction. These classes are not accelerated in terms of actually covering the next grade level of Texas essential knowledge and skills. Math courses for TAG are accelerated. There are 2 pathways for math courses for TAG students entering at middle school. Both are accelerated. Pathway 1 will take Algebra 1 in 8th grade, and Pathway 2 will take Algebra in 7th and Geometry in 8th. When students are identified for math services in middle school, they will automatically be placed in Pathway 1, which is Algebra in 8th. If the student wishes to go into Pathway 2 the following school year, the student will need to take the appropriate exams for acceleration and make an 80 to gain credit and show mastery of that course. If a student qualifies in 6th grade and wants to do algebra in 7th, he will need to take both the 7th and 8th grade exams for acceleration in the summer. The district offers this May and August. If a student qualifies in 7th grade and wants to be in geometry in 8th, he or she would need credit for 8th grade math and algebra 1. For students who qualify for TAG Math in spring of 5th grade, they will have 2 options for services going into middle school. Initially, each of these students will be placed in 6th grade accelerated math with a TAG designation and supporting teacher. This path will have the students take Algebra 1 in 8th grade. For those who wish to be in the 6th grade TAG Math course, that course is half of 7th and all of 8th. They will need to take the 6th grade exam for acceleration and receive an 80 or higher. Because these students are going from 5th grade math, we need to make sure they have mastery of 6th grade content before putting them into this course. If your child falls into this situation, you will receive more information from the district in the spring about registration and dates to take the test. The cost is covered by the district and is typically held in May. Students who take the exam and do not receive an 80 will remain in the accelerated math option. Due to COVID, we have had to adjust some of our testing procedures. We will move forward with our anticipated plan, but be aware that this might be adjusted as more data and decisions for schools become available. Typically, the school abilities assessment is given to every 2nd grader in the district in the fall, which allows us to look for students who might need TAG services. Currently, this test will be scheduled for January. I recommend not waiting for these results and go ahead and refer your student in November if you want them considered for TAG services. If the student takes the screener and you decide to withdraw after that, you certainly can. Our hope is that vaccinations for children ages 5 to 11 will be made available soon, and we will be back in person learning in the 2nd semester. The plan will be to give assessments in person the way we have given them in the past. If we are still in a virtual learning program situation in January, we will make a plan on the best way to test virtual students. That decision will be made when we return from the winter break and will be communicated to all parents who have referred their children for testing. Testing in grades 7 through 12 will be in person and given the same as they always have. You may refer or register your child for testing between November 1st and December 9th at 4 o'clock. You can find the registration form on the District Tag website. Search RRISD Tag and you will be able to locate it. Or links will be available on your campus website. If you have questions, contact your elementary tag specialist or the counselors at the middle schools. You can also contact the Department of Advanced Academics and speak with Lisa Ramirez or Rain Maggio. Thank you for your time.